What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. I'm going to show you a Great League team I ran for a set, and it is inspired from the legendary, the one and only Tho Technical. He was running the exact same team with Wigglytuff, Shadow Feraligatr, and he ran Goodra in the back. I decided to run Hakamo instead of Goodra, or Hakamo'o, I should say, and we're going to get straight into it. Tho, I was like having a up and down day in the Go Battle League. Tho hopped into my chat, and he was like, yeah, dude, I went off with Wiggly today. I think his Wigglytuff video is popping off, and we decided to run his team for a set with a slight adjustment in the back. So shout out to Tho for the team idea. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, and we are going right into it. Wigglytuff into a Diggersby. Not like the best matchup in the world, not the worst matchup in the world. We're going to be able to threaten the super effective Icy Wind at some point here. Let me adjust this footage a little bit so it's in front of the source as opposed to behind it. We also have the shiny version of the Wigglytuff, which does 20% more damage. Just kidding. That's a lie. But Wiggle's adorable, right? Got to be in the conversation for one of the most cute Pokemon. I don't know if I'd put it in like my top 10 per se, but it's adorable nonetheless. I mean, you gotta think like what percentage of Pokemon would you just classify as cute to begin with? Probably most of them. I'd say there might be more cute Pokemon than there are not cute Pokemon. It'd be an interesting conversation one day, a tier list where we rank the cutest Pokemon in the game. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Hakamo. With all this energy against, was that a Pelipper or a Mantine? It's a Mantine. We're going to go for another Dragon Claw here, chunking away at this Mantine, which is not going to be a great matchup for our Feraligatr, but this chip damage is extremely helpful. This chip damage, extremely helpful because now it's approaching Hydro Cannon range after our Shadow Claws dish out some damage here. We are over-farming. I throw the Hydro Cannon. I'm hoping if this connects, it knocks out, and it actually grabs the final Protect Shield. Now, I can't overfarm too much without eating an Aerialist, so I got to be careful here. I also know that the catch is possible. He swaps into Annihilate. This is not looking great for us. Annihilate gonna eat the Hydro Cannon, and unfortunately, we're gonna get hit by a Night Slash here. So this is looking kind of close. Do we hang on? We do. I swap to transfer the damage, and then we lose. Darn. Lost the first game. Yeah, I guess I was thinking as the only win con would be like, because I was one away from the Hydro Cannon, but I was never going to live a fast move from pretty much anything. So, tough one there. There's probably a win con there somewhere. Wigglytuff into Mantine here in game number 2. Wigglytuff is, Tho said the strategy with this team is like Wigglytuff is going to win most zero shield scenarios. So you kind of just take your shield advantage and then save shield for the back 2 Pokemon, which is what we try to do. One con with Wigglytuff is it just gets so significantly outpaced against these bulky Pokemon. They're oftentimes going to get to 2 moves. So I don't feel like it's worth going down a shield here, which is, so depending on the team, sometimes teams are more alignment based. This team, more about energy advantage. And after we let Wigglytuff go down, we got the slight Shadow Claw down. In comes Registeel. This is not bad at all for Feraligatr. If shields were down, this would be bad, but all shields still in play. We so significantly outpaced the Registeel. We're going to be able to invest shields here, build up extra additional energy. You see I'm at 2 Hydro Cannons here. And you're going to see me not throw the next one, right? Because I'm not convinced it knocks out anyway. So I'm not going to throw. I'm going to make sure I shield and then overfarm as much as possible here. He settled for the Focus Blast. I go up to maximum energy. Going to throw the Hydro Cannon here. It should just about knock out from this range. He lets it go. In comes Giratina. And I'm going to go directly for the Ice Beam because I'm so far ahead in this situation. Directly for the Ice Beam, and it connects. And I just stay in, and we catch for kicks and giggles. Kind of unnecessary in that end game. But we had a rough day in the Go Battle League up until this point. I think we were a few games under 500 through our first 4 sets. So we were trying to have some fun there. as we queue up into game number 3. I remember some people in the chat being like, Rise, why aren't you baiting here? He has to shield this. And then the Ice Beam connected, and I was like, take that. Follow the Rise rule of baiting. Always, sometimes bait. 50% of the time, occasionally, never. Very simple rule when it comes to baiting. And looks like we're getting a little bit of queue time, so not so much. Jason. Jason, arguably the best Go Battle League player of all time. He's gotten top 50, I think, front page of the leaderboard the last, like, 10 seasons or something. He swaps the Dugong, and when you play Jason, he likes to run very, like, I don't know if I should say RPS, but, like, teams that are designed to function in a way where you just can't beat them based off of alignment. So I understand that it's probably either a Bastiodon or a Carbink back. He's trying to lure out, like, the counter user or the fighter, and I'm aware that it's probably a Bastiodon or a Carbink, and I just have to make sure I play this in a way where I don't allow that to flip things here. If I had overfarmed a little more against Dugong, I could have reached 2 Hydro Cannons here, so I'm already kind of upset with myself in this situation. Going to make sure I wait out my full switch timer, because I know he probably has a Bastiodon or a Carbink waiting. If it's a Carbink, we probably lose, because our Hakamo is going to struggle. He throws energy, and I'm like, he could be running some nonsense, which he is. He's running close combat. We swap into Hakamo, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here, but we just got to make sure we close this game out, not make any silly mistakes. Hakamo with a really convincing matchup here against Bastiodon. At some point, Bastiodon is so bulky, right? It's going to be able to delay the switch timer, so it might be able to get out of here at some point. So we just got to make sure we don't do anything silly to throw this game. Hakamo throwing another Brick Break here. Double super effective damage. Draws the final shield from Jason. I understand that he's going to try and throw a move to stall the clock, and then he's going to try and catch onto his Annihilate. So I got to save my Brick Break. I swap in. For some reason, I don't throw energy, which is just like the dumbest play in the world. He throws the close combat. I throw Claw because I don't want to come into a situation where the extra counter I take puts me low enough where he lives and smacks on down. So I want to avoid taking that 1 counter worth of damage. I throw the Brick Break. I'm hoping this will be enough to knock out. Come on, Brick Break. And it is. And we knock out the Bastion. So I played very sloppy there in the end game, but we were able to play well enough to sneak away with a win there. And a favorable team comp, of course, for us. Well played by Jason. Yeah. Sometimes my teams are like kind of ABA weak to Bastiodon, so I dread facing Jason because I know, like, crap, where's the Bastiodon? I'm going to lose based off of alignment. We're able to finally get one back against him. I think he had probably beaten us many more times than we've beaten him in recent memory. Next battle, starting here, Jorginho. Terrific player. We see the Lantern lead. Kind of rough, in my opinion, for Wigglytuff. Rough for Wigglytuff because you just get so significantly outpaced. I know I've said that phrase like several times already this video. But Lantern going to get to these moves much more quickly. We throw the Disarming Voice, guarantee damage or maybe a Protect shield. Icy Wind seems a little bit risky here. We do get the shield, so I'm perfectly fine with that. And I am completely willing to just let my Wigglytuff go down here so I can farm down with my Hakamo and probably force him into swapping out, which he does. And I'm a little bit slow to react there. So I'm going to throw the Hydro Cannon here. I anticipate he's going to shield so he can get off 2 Aerial Aces here. And I'm debating, do I want to use both of my shields? I end up deciding not to. I actually take the Aerial Ace. And I'm going to shield up this next one so I can at least save a shield for my Hakamo. And as long as it's not like something that's a hard punish, I feel like Hakamo should have some play. So we are going to give our opponent minimal farm by taking that extra damage. I go for the Claw here. This is going to be really interesting because these Dragon Breaths are really going to add up. Claw connects. Altaria will reach a Sky Attack, and we're almost at a move on our Hakamo. So we shield, and we just need to get off a move against that Lantern. Lantern's going to swap in, and They throw a move, and I'm like, okay, this is going to put me low, so I have to commit to the farm down. I can't settle for a claw. I commit to the farm down, and I get it. And now we have the claw loaded for the Altaria, and that is going to be a G to the G. So I had two options there, right? If I was able to get off my claw before the Lantern got to a move, I would have done so. Because he combo played, it put me in a situation where I didn't think I could Dragon Tail down potentially before getting Dragon Breath down. So I had to commit to the fast move down and come out with a charge move loaded for that Altaria, the fluffy, puffy sky dragon bird thing. We're going to re-queue here. Clinched the positive set, always nice. And we're going to see if we can end with a 4-1 here. 4-1, always nice when you can get them. Searching for opponent. We're getting a little bit of queue time. Nihilo's not even that high. We actually just saw someone hit Legend already this season, which is pretty insane. Pretty ridiculous. Dilap. Bro, you're too good at this game. So, you see me at around 2,700. If you guys are still struggling, I mean, just Dilap right now. He's already hit Legend. Just insanity. We play Z's Wireless. Terrific player. Always running Spice. Giratina is an amazing lead for us. We don't really have an answer for the double, so we're kind of forced to stay in here. I guess I could have gone Hakamo, but I don't think that's like a super comfortable counter swap. It seems like double could maybe get some sort of advantage there. I go for the Icy Wind. It connects. And the unfortunate thing here is I think double is only one away from Body Slam, but he actually goes for Wild Charge. So this actually allows me to farm down. I think if he had gone for Body Slam, he could have gotten off 2 there, but that's okay. I expect him to come in with the Giratina, which is okay because I have multiple answers for this thing. He doesn't bother building up to Shadow Ball. That could have put him in a good spot here, but he settles for the immediate Ominous Wind and then comes in with Magnezone. Kind of weird. Hakamo does pretty well here because you resist all the electric damage. However, we know that there is our own Feraligatr in back, which does not want to eat these Volt Switches by any means. I decide to call the Mirror Shot bait here. Go for another Brick Break. This is going to leave the Magnezone double debuffed. He kind of has to shield. And now I'm hoping that my Shadow Claw damage is really going to chunk to a point where Magnezone is in jeopardy of getting fast moved down. We shield the Mirror Shot. Kind of lost track of energy at this point, but I figured no reason for me to no shield because I don't think he's going to get to any more charge moves. Go for the Ice Beam here just to ensure the knockout. Hydro Cannon might have been enough as Giratina is pretty frail in the Great League, but we just go for the safe Ice Beam, Shadow Claw down, and able to get the win against Z's Wireless. I saw on a Discord server, he was talking about how bad he beat me recently in one game, and he does that often. He's an amazing player. So congrats to him on the awesome win he had against me recently. We're able to get one back there against Z's Wireless, and we get the win. Let's go. 4-1 set here. Squovit as the reward, and we claim the reward, getting us back close to that expert ranking, which we have already hit expert, but we fell a little bit below it, and now we're back around that 2750 mark. We'll slowly start the Legend push. Who knows, maybe in like a week or so. Well, in a week and a half, I'm leaving for London for EUIC, so if I don't hit Legend, which I probably unlikely to hit it before I leave for London, but might be a while, might be a later in the season, like a mid to second half of the season Legend push this season. If we can get there once again. I thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.